Welcome to my lab, where curiosity meets AI and where science fiction sometimes feels a little too real. My name is Raj Rocketwala, and if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I have a bit of a mad scientist streak. I love uncovering the unknown, running wild experiments, and using cold, hard data to reveal hidden truths. And today we're going to do just that. We're diving deep into something truly strange, something that appears mechanical but is lying on a lonely Martian hillside. A bizarre object captured by NASA's Spirit Rover on Sols 1401 and 1402. What is it? Is it a trick of light and shadow? A natural geological oddity? Or is it something more? Let's investigate. There are natural formations on Earth that look strikingly artificial. Bismuth crystals, for example, form in stair-step geometric patterns. Then there's the Giant's Causeway in Ireland, where thousands of hexagonal basalt columns create an almost otherworldly landscape. Smoky quartz has some similarities in shape to the mystery object. But here's the thing. Those formations don't exist in isolation. They're part of a repeating, fractal-like pattern. If this object on Mars was just a natural geological oddity, we'd expect to see more like it in the surrounding area. Yet this object is alone. That's what makes it so intriguing. There are other strange-looking objects in the vicinity, sure, but none of them share the distinct mechanical appearance of this one. One challenge in analyzing this image is resolution. The Spirit Rover's SpanCam had a 1-megapixel sensor, not exactly cutting-edge by today's standards. The focal length and resolution limits mean we can't get an ultra-sharp view of the object. However, based on nearby reference points, we can estimate its size, and that's something we'll explore in a future video. There has been speculation that this may be one of the crashed missions to Mars by NASA or one of the other space agencies. If this were true, it's unlikely that the agency would just ignore it since 2007 and not ever mention anything about it. My opinion is that this scenario is unlikely. Now let's take a step further. Imagine for a moment that the solar system was once teeming with life. Not just microbial, but advanced civilizations. Assume, just for the sake of exploration, that a great war occurred eons ago. If that were the case, wouldn't we expect to find remnants? Artifacts, stray pieces of technology scattered across planetary surfaces? Could this be one such remnant? And if so, how do we even begin verifying that possibility? Thankfully, we live in an age where planetary data is more accessible than ever. NASA hosts an incredible archive known as the Planetary Data System, PDS, a massive repository of raw data from all its space missions. If we want to investigate further, that's the place to go. The PDS is NASA's archive for space mission data. Think of it as a giant library where every Mars rover photo, sensor reading, and science result is stored. Head over to pds.nasa.gov, click on Missions, and scroll to Mars Exploration Rover, MER. From there, choose the Spirit Rover. For an easier and more visual search, use the Analyst's Notebook. This tool was made for Mars mission data. Choose MER as the mission, then select Spirit and enter Sol 1402 in the search bar. You'll see all the activities and data Spirit collected on Sol 1402, like images, spectrometer readings, and mission notes. You can browse online or download the data to explore yourself. And that's it. In just a few steps, you've accessed real Martian data from Spirit's journey across the Red Planet. There is a ton of data and tools within the PDS, so dive in and discover something amazing. I'm by no means an expert in planetary imaging, but I'd love to learn more. And you're welcome to join me on this journey of discovery. One thing to notice about the object is that it appears in quite a few rover images with slightly different angles, sharpness, and light filters. The bottom section as well appears at the top left corner of some images that are not focused on it. So what exploratory analysis can we do on some of these images? Firstly, let's ask some of our LLM AI friends to have a look and give their opinions. I've presented the object image to ChatGPT and Copilot. Without any context, they both deduced that this is a plane crash site. Another tool that can be used here is edge detection. Edge detection is a technique used in image processing to find the boundaries of objects within an image. It works by identifying areas where there's a big change in brightness or color. These changes usually happen at the edges of objects, like where a tree meets the sky or a road meets a sidewalk. The algorithms I ran in Python produced the following images, which detected the edges consistently and reassures me about the many straight-looking edges. The next bit of analysis is my own interpretation of the various artificial seeming aspects of this object. I see three parallel pronged shaped structures, two of equal length and one very short one. The right side of the base looks like a pipe structure with a vent or opening at the end. At the central aspect of the base appears to be another vent with something inside. Is that possibly a filter? At the back section there seems to be a single ratchet hook, like you could slide this whole thing into some other object and it would lock in place once a hook from the other object locks the ratchet hook in place. The front panel does not look flat. It seems to have a designed, fluted look. There seems to be a large, solidified droplet on the front top, as if the top melted and solidified quickly. This hints that the object may be some type of metal or polymer, and probably not rock because rock cannot melt and resolidify quickly enough to leave a single droplet feature. In addition, there are many straight edges, linear features on this object. There even seems to be a seam down the center, which is suggestive of a manufacturing process artifact. The sand buildup around the object indicates that it has probably been sitting there for a long time. The object has probably been sandblasted for a long time, but still retains a fairly rigid shape, pointing to the hardness of its composition. I've always been fascinated by what lies beyond. In my own life, I've seen things that defy easy explanation. Squadrons of lights in the night sky, moving in ways that conventional aircraft simply cannot. Fast-moving objects making 90-degree turns, performing maneuvers that break our understanding of physics. And when you see something like that, your mind fights to rationalize it. Your rational brain tries to erase it. But the memory lingers. So here's my question to you. Do we dismiss the unknown, or do we dare to investigate it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever seen something unexplainable? And what do you think this Martian object really is? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because next time we're going even deeper. Until then, keep looking up.